Hello, welcome to Take Two Tuesday. Hi, Ken here at the Stamps of Life. Welcome. We are into February 2026. How is everybody doing today? I hope some of you are out there. I see a few numbers there. Welcome, all of you. Let's hang out and have some fun today. What do we have planned? We have new items on the website to look at real quick. We have one featured die set we'll do as our Take Two Tuesday part. And we do have a new club set I want to tell you about for the Stamp Club and the Die Club. And then what else? We're going to do a February quiz. We have 20 questions, and a lot of them are February related. It's kind of like a pop culture quiz, and I curated it to be like from the 60s through today. So there are going to be a wide variety of questions. So we'll work on that together, and we're just going to have some fun. So let me say hi to some people here. I saw Veer was here early. So hi, Veer and Janet and Barbara, welcome. Diane's here. And who else? Frank and Sharon, hopefully maybe both of you. Diane, hi, Diane. And I know there are some people on Karen, and there are people on Instagram. I can't see your chats on Instagram, but if you're on Instagram and watching, I see you there. So again, my name's Ken. I'm here at the Stamps of Life. We're in Southern California, and it's really nice here, you guys, like mid 70s. We are spoiled here. You know, there's a lot of crazy stuff in California, but the weather is pretty nice. The weather is pretty nice. So I hope you are thawing out there, that hopefully the ice is going away and all that kind of stuff, you know, the frozen ice. And I know it's been a crazy couple weeks, so cold. But hang in there, we'll get through it. And that's my question for you. If you are just jumping in, I want everybody to let me know in the chat. If you're shy, if you never jump into the chat, please do. Tell me where you are watching from. You can tell me your state or country or city. It's up to you. Let me know in the chat where you're watching from. So add that in the chat. And again, I said we are in Southern California. We're located in a city called Laguna Hills. If you were to look on the map, U.S. map, and you saw California, we would be like halfway between San Diego and Los Angeles. We're kind of right in between. But let me know where you're watching from. That's just for fun. And I'm sure there are a bunch of you all across the country. And every once in a while, we get somebody from around the world. I know when we do Crafting Corner, there are people from Australia, and sometimes we get some New Zealand watchers. And so, yeah, kind of all around the country and world. So on Take Two Tuesday, we go back in time. We look at something from the Stamps of Life. In this case, we have a folded die set that I'm going to show you today. From, when is it from? Oh, I lost my notes. It is from June of 2021. So this is almost 5 years old. You might have it in your collection. So that's the point. Take Two Tuesdays mean we are looking at something for a second time from the past. So that's what we'll do. And we will review that item. I'll show you some ideas from our design team. I'll let you take a look at it on the website. And then again, like I said, we're going to do our quiz today. I have a good news segment at the end. If you're reading along with us, we'll be in our Bible. We'll be looking at John chapter 4, one verse from there. What it means to worship God, how we can do that. So we'll talk about that at the end. All right. So if you want crafting, we'll start off with that. Then we'll do our kind of quiz, kind of crazy stuff. And then we'll end up with good news. So that kind of gives you the rundown on how things will go. Let's see. First up, coming up later this week, I want all of you to know, of course, we have our regular Crafting Corner. Okay. Crafting Corner will be on, where is it? Do I have a Crafting Corner? Yes, Crafting Corner is on Thursday, regular time, all that kind of stuff. And then, you know, on Friday night, so the day after Crafting Corner, we will have a release on the website because it will already be the 6th of the month. All right, can you believe it? So Friday will be the 6th. New items will be on the website officially the 7th, but they come on the website on the 6th. All right, so flash sale items on this Friday. And then on Sunday, we are going to have our Super Sunday event. So, you know, there's a big game that day, but at Stamps of Life, we like to have some fun before the game. So you can hang out with us. It is going to be, let me see if I made something for that. I don't know if I did. Oh, yeah, there it is. Super Sunday is this Sunday, the 8th, okay? Sunday the 8th, February 8th. And we will be on, now this we have to do a different time because we don't want to conflict with the big game and throw you guys all off. So at 1 p.m. Pacific time, that would be 4 p.m. Eastern, Stephanie will be live, and there will be new items. Yeah, brand new items being released during that Super Sunday event. So if you want to save up for the weekend, we have a lot of fun coming up this weekend. Mark your calendars, set your alarms. If you haven't hit subscribe, down below me, if you're on YouTube, there is a subscribe button. And if you're on Facebook, you can always hit the follow. But if you hit the subscribe button and then you'll see the little bell, and you have to hit it again because it'll say like, do you want to get notifications? And if you do, which I like to do for the YouTube videos I watch, you need to say all. And so you'll get notifications that will pop up. I've been using it. I see the notifications keep popping up on my phone. That helps you to keep up with us. But this weekend, big weekend. Friday night, we'll have a video with new items. Sunday night, we'll do the live. And yeah, that's it. So looking forward to that. So back to our, let's see, where are we watching from? We have somebody from, did everybody tell me where you're from? I don't see very many answers in here. We'll have a lot of people watching. So I see a Mesquite, Nevada, Mobile, Alabama, San Francisco, Missouri, Georgia, Southern California. I see one there in freezing New York, Michigan, and with snow. So yeah, let us know in the chat where you are from. And I hope you guys are going to get warmed up real soon. Okay. Again, I don't want to rub it in, but it's about 75 here today in Southern California. So you got to come out and see us. I think Stephanie announced I don't have the exact day, but we are going to have a store event in June, early June. So I will get that on the calendar, and I will have the official date for you next time we're on the show. Okay. We are going to do a live event here at the store in Laguna Hills. So if you want to plan ahead, early June, we are going to have a live event here at the store in Southern California, and Stephanie will be here. We'll demo, we'll have new items, we'll hang out together and just have some fun. So save that date, but I will give you the official date because I don't want to say the wrong one, but it will be a Saturday in early June. So next week, I will try to announce that. Okay. I wrote myself a note, and I'll get that added to our calendar and our event page. All right. That's a little ways away, but to give you some advance notice. So if you want to come out, reason to get out of town, June is usually a pretty nice time of the year out here. You might have some fun. What else? So this QR code, if you're new to the Stamps of Life and you want to find us, use your phone, scan that little QR code. Where is it? Up there, right there. And if you scan that, that'll take you to the Stamps of Life website. So all the stuff I'm talking about today, you can find it there. But at the end of the show, also down below, I'll put the links. Okay, I'll put the links. And then any questions that I answer during the chat or anything asked during the chat, if you are not watching live, you can still post your answers down below. All right, let's see what else. Oh, let's just get on, moving on to our show. I wanted to show you what's new here at the Stamps of Life. Let me get rid of that. So we have our new club set. I did not make a slide for this, but it is called, if you have seen it, I'm sure if you're a club member, I ship these out early on Sunday and some on Monday because the post office was closed on Sunday, so I couldn't get rid of all of them. But let me show you what we have here. So this is the new, why is that still not high enough? I thought it was. The new Bunches of Blooms stamps and dies. So I ship that. If you are a diehard club member or a stamp club member, that is on its way to you already. Okay, there's one card sample on an A2 size card. And if you are in the club, you're getting the stamp set. What is going on here? This must be moving because I adjusted this earlier. Hang on, everybody. Let me see if I can get this fixed. Always have a problem with this camera. I don't quite understand what the problem is, but all right. So there's our stamp set right there. Bunches of Blooms. That is the new club set. You can get it on the website. If you're in the club, again, this is already shipped. If you want to join the club, you can become a Stamp Club member, $13.99. Shipping's included, so no extra cost for that. If you want to do the Die Hard Club, you're going to get these stamps plus the dies that match and go with it. All right, so that is $29.99. Again, no extra charges for shipping or anything. It's included. You'll love being in the club. You earn club points. You get club discounts on the website, all that kind of stuff. And both shipments will include a nice little idea card, and it'll show some of the add-on items, which I'm going to tell you about. So the ideas are there. Let's see, I do have a couple more samples to share with you. Just a little note, that one says, isn't that beautiful? Pretty flowers. Now, it might be cold and wintry where you are, but hey, this will remind you of spring and summer and get you out of those cold drums or whatever you want to call it, right? You Are One Cherished Lady. That's one of the new dies that came out. That is on the website. You can pick that up. And then here's another nice sample using the bunches of flowers. Thanks a bunch, it says. And then these items are on the website. I don't have the extra stamps, but we have the stencils. Everybody loves the stencils. And now remember, stencils are limited edition. Once they sell out, they are gone for good. Okay, so don't miss that. And then that's hard to figure out what that is, but that's the You Are One Cherished Lady die set there. We saw that on one of the cards. And then this is the Simply Stems. There's a stamp set that matches this. This is the dies for it. All right, so that is all on the website. That's brand new. Let's see, what else did I want to tell you? So I did the club. I told you about the website. Hey, we're moving on to our featured item. Our featured item today, let me find our little slide there. From June of, didn't I say June of 2021? It's the high A2 shaped folded card die set. All right, I'm going to count. Well, let's look at, we don't need to count. I'm going to show you on the website what you get. Let me switch over to the website here, and there we go. Oh, I can't show you my quiz because then you'll know all the answers. Yeah, no cheating. All right, here we go. And I should be able to pop up there in the corner. Whoops, that barcode is blocking my face. Let's get rid of that, or not barcode, that QR code. There we go. There I am. And let's change this top. We're going to go ahead and get rid of that too. No, that's good. All right, so if you just type in high, an A2 shaped card, you're going to find this. This is, again, from June of 2021. And it includes, does it say, 8 dies. And I did not use these little, let me show you, these little extra dies yesterday, or as I was practicing getting ready for this. But it's kind of nice. So you have a little bit of a seasonal theme with some of these. You got a sun or a flower, snowflake, butterfly, heart, and this looks like a decorated circle. But this is your main part of the dies here, the actual outside, which will make the base of the card, and then you can layer it a little bit too. I just have a couple samples with me, but there are some nice samples on the website to take a look at. See how you can use that little circle there to add that extra to your high, the little dot, which looks nice. But so many different ways you can use this one as a shaped card, adding it to card front. I'll show you how to do all of these when we get take a look at this over at the little workstation. A stuffy, lots of different options. See how many different ways you can use that, and they all look different and they all look great. So that's on the Stamps of Life website. There are adhesive sheets, some other stuff down below if you need, but that's the main thing that we're looking at there. So again, the 8 dies are included. Whoops, what happened to my Dropbox? No, I don't want Dropbox. Sorry about that. Let's get back over here. All right, so that's the die set. And I'm going to open it up here in just a second and show you how we can use that. Now, I do have a couple samples, but first I wanted to say, just happened to come in the mail, like in the mail we just opened. Carolyn sent me a nice card featuring this die set. Just happened to work out that way. She didn't even know it. We didn't even plan it together. So she sent me a nice card with a nice note, and it says, "Be cool, have a chill day." And then she wrote some nice notes in there for me. So thanks, Carolyn. I did get that. I appreciate that. That was nice of you. And then the couple samples that I have, our samples must have got split up because I could only find a couple of them. I don't know where the other ones are. Here is the stuffy, which is nice. Nice one there. And then we have this one is a cool one on a card front. This is on an A2 size card, on an A2. And here we have it as a folded card. Now this folded is on the top or on the side, so it folds open that way, but you can also do the folds on the top. All right, everybody, you have the options on that one. And here it is on a 5x7. Now you'll notice our designers, they had 3 different options. You can go like 1 layer with this one, or 2 layers, or 3. I'm going to show you the different options that we can come up with as we kind of layer this one together that you might, whoops, if I can back that up a little bit. There we go. That you might like. So that is the high folded card die set from June of 2021. So this is a reminder for you to go ahead and break it out and use it. All right, break it out and use it. So we have some other people checking in from where they are. Torrance, Alabama. Welcome all of you. Gail and Peggy and Rebecca. Awesome to have you here. Somebody, Lori's telling me June 13th is the official date. So you guys, if you show up on June 13th and that's not the day, that's Lori's fault. All right. Just teasing Lori. I'm sure Lori's right, but that's just my disclaimer. I will check, and I'm going to double check Lori and make sure I have the right answer next week. I'm sure she's right, but I don't want you to go buy an airplane ticket or something, or a bus ticket or a train ticket, and then that not have it be the day. So it looks like, looks like Saturday the 13th. Let me check the calendar and see if I'm going to type in June and calendar and see what it looks like, because I think Lori might be right. 20, gosh, can you believe it's 2026 already? Yes. Saturday. I think it's right. I think it's right. Let me confirm again next week, but it does look like Saturday the 13th. The 13th is a Saturday. All right, I showed you all that stuff. I showed you the website, and I talked about the new items that we have on our website. We went back in time to find the high folded. Now let's go ahead and open this up and see what we can do. Now, to save time, I've been doing some of the die cutting ahead of time, because I'm a little bit of a slow die cutter, and you guys all have a life, so I'm trying to shrink these episodes down a little bit. So that's the reason you'll see a little bit less die cutting, but it just means I did some of it ahead of time to save us time. So just so you know, let's go ahead and work on over to our station here. Why is that not coming on? What's going on? Did I hit the wrong button? Come on. My switcher is not switching. Huh. Give me 1 second here. I shall be back. Why are you not switching, little switcher? Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to unplug something here, but I won't go away. I won't go away. So just so you know, I'm here. I'll put this card over here, and we'll switch to that while I'm trying to fix this other camera. So there's a nice sample for you to look at. What could be going on here? This is always kind of risky to unplug stuff on the fly, but we're going to give it a try. And yeah, here we go. Never had a problem with this one, but things happen. So let's see if this fixes things or not. I have 4 wires going into this one. Ooh, that could be the one. Let's see what happens now. So there's this switch where you send a bunch of different cameras into, and it's supposed to change between the cameras, and today it is not doing that. So we might not have an overhead camera, but we can still make it work. We'll make it work somehow. Let's see. So 1 second. Almost disconnected everything, and hopefully this thing will come back to life. Maybe not. No, darn it. Okay, so we got to come up with a different plan here, because this plan is not working right now. Let's try one more wire. Maybe it's just not. Ooh, maybe. Nope. Not gonna help, not gonna cooperate today, are you? Are you? Oh, something's happening. No, still nothing. Darn. Okay, let's see. I'm still here. I'm still here. You see my hand. Let's try this one more option here. This will be my last chance to fix this. That worked. Check it out. I fixed it. You know what I had to do? My camera up here, the camera that's right up here, I had to unplug it here. So when I unplugged it and turned the power off and turned the power back on the camera, then it started working. So if you had said a prayer for me, thank you, because somehow it is working. Wow. I thought that was not going to happen. So excellent. So here's my machine. Let's see. Well, we still need to do a die cut. Now I'm all thrown off. So let's do that first. Okay. Uh-oh. Now I'm dropping stuff here. I was on a roll. But now things are starting to fall apart. Things are starting to fall apart. But hang in there. Hang in there. Okay, we can do it. All right. So there's my machine. I better zoom back a little bit. This is just, things that happen. I think a couple of weeks ago we had the blurry internet, right? So I at least fixed that problem, because the last couple of times before we do any of the show, I've been turning off the internet completely and giving it like a reset. So that has been the plan here lately. Now, whoops, a little dark. So we want to do that. See if that will work. Yeah, there we go. All right. All this for just one die cut. I don't know. All right, so here we are, the 3 different layers. So we have, those are the 2 inside dies. Now, the big die that I need, this will actually make the base of the card. We call it a fold it. So this would be the part of the die that makes the fold. All right, it's the largest die on the outside. And I've taken some cardstock, folded it in half, and I am just going to run this through to create the base of our card. And then I'll show you how easy it is to put together. So let's do that. So I am making the high fold it. Now all the fold its work the same. You could, now I'm doing a top fold, okay, so we'll fold it top, but you could also do it on the side like that. So you have options, just so you know. So lots of variety with these. And again, not only can we make the shape card, we can add it to a card front, and I'll show you what those look like here in just a second. So I'm going to run it through the machine with the fold on the top. I'm doing my cardstock at a little bit of an angle, hoping to avoid the little bumps as you run your die through the machine. I really want to push that down so it stays in place. This doesn't have to be perfect, because this part of the card actually gets hidden. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in just a minute. Let's run that through. Whoop, I didn't go over the edge. That's not going to work if I don't go over the edge. So over the edge. And here we go. Oh, I was wondering, if you are stuck in the cold, maybe you still are, have you been binging on any TV shows or movies? And if you want to add what that is, you can add it into the chat. Now, I was thinking, we're not stuck in the cold here in Southern California, but if I were to get stuck in the cold, I think I would go for some like old show. For some reason, I always wanted to sit around, and I remember these shows from when I was a kid, and they were old even then, but like I Love Lucy or Mary Tyler Moore Show, or for some reason, I like those older shows. So that's what I would sit around and binge watch. What would you guys do if you had the chance, if you're stuck in the cold? Maybe you are stuck in the cold and you're binge watching something. I would go find an old TV series, or maybe you like more modern movies or something newer, but I always think about old time stuff. But that being said, a while ago, we thought, it would be fun to watch. It was streaming. It was The Jeffersons. And I always thought The Jeffersons was good. But this episode that we pulled up, it was not that good, to be honest. So if I were to go back and watch those other shows that I was just talking about, maybe they wouldn't be as good as I thought they were when I was a kid, but I would go for old TV. Let me know what you would binge watch if you were stuck in the snow, you couldn't go out. Now here's the die cut that we created there. That's the base of the high folded card. I'm going to get this machine out of the way. And yeah, for some reason I like older shows. Even some older movies I can watch over and over again. I'm just not keeping up with the times apparently. But maybe I just got a bad episode of The Jeffersons. I thought it was a good show, but that one I watched, I was like, wow, something's changed. But yeah, let me know there in the chat. All right, so there's our high folded. Now I wanted to show you, before I finish off this part of the card, these other options that I had created that have fallen on the ground. So you remember how I said there are 3 dies, okay? There are 3 dies, and I have 2 of them. Where did number 3 go? It's around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. So this die is the base, and then these 2 kind of create layers. So I'm just giving you a couple examples here. Now, if I were to add this to a 5x7, this is how it would look, all 3 layers, okay, on the front of a 5x7 card. So I just took those 3 different dies that I just showed you, and I cut them out 3 different times. It would create something that looks like that. So there's one example. And then it will also fit just barely on an A2 size card. Now on this one, I just did 2 of the colors. So it kind of gives you a little bit different look, huh? So there is the 5x7 with the 3 layers. And then if you like to go on an A2 size card with just 2 layers, you could do that. So there are 2 options. And now here on this one, we're going to do all the layers. I've already cut this, the largest, the outside of the base. Now the other parts I did cut ahead of time, again, to save us some time. So let's go ahead and do that. So here we are. I have this, which is the same one that I just cut here, but this is going to cover, because you see on the folded, we have that straight edge, and that's a problem. It doesn't look right. So we just need to layer this over that to cover it up. Let me find some adhesive here. So I'm going to go ahead and add this layer to the top, and I'll just, normally you'd want to put a lot more adhesive on there, but I am just adding a little to make sure this sticks and stays in place. Good. So there we have the main part of our card, our base, and you can see, watch how it folds up, just like that. And I went with the other dies, the other 2 dies that I mentioned, and I cut out a couple more of the high version so we can layer them together. So let's go ahead and do that. And put a little adhesive on here. I'll layer this one. I'm telling you guys, this is so easy, one like this. We do have other words. I think there's a Mary, there's a love. I did see a card sample for a love earlier. And let's see, then we need to add this one here. Let me get some scratch paper so I don't get this is a really nice roller here. This one. And we're going to take that and add it to there. And I am missing a dot. Whoops. Make sure you stays where you can see. Look at that. Yeah. This is glitter paper here that we're using. And we just need our dot. And you could decorate it. Remember, it does come with these buttons. So if you see any other buttons you would rather have to make a different theme for your card, you have those options. And that would be the little dot right there. So I'm just going to add that in here. And so easy. This is one of the easiest cards I've ever made, I have to say. So if you just want to remind somebody that you are thinking about them, you could send them a simple, fun, high card just like this. Opens up on top. You could decorate a little bit. If you want to add some extra to the outside, you could do that as well. And then you also have the option. So that's the folded option. It will fit on a A2 size card like that. And then using all 3 layers, you could even add it to a 5x7. So there you have it. That is the high folded card die set from the Stamps of Life. You might like that. I think you would. Big thing, if you have it already, you want to go ahead and use that. Okay, we're always encouraging you to find ways to use items that you have from the past. Real important that you do that. We want you to get the best value out of it. And of course, like we always say, a lot of the things that we have here at the Stamps of Life from the past, they will still even work with new items that come out today. So like something like this one, you could easily add the new flowers that came out. You could add some flowers, the bunches of blooms that would fit on there, or maybe one of the sentiments that could be used on the inside of the card as well. So just different things that you can do. Let's see. Looks like everybody's hanging in there. Good. Oh, good. Let's see. Everybody looks like they're having fun in the chat. Good. Let's move on. We're going to go ahead and for fun, let's do our quiz. So I'm going to leave the chat here so I can see it, but I need your help in the chat. All right. A lot of these questions, I'm not going to know the answers. Again, this is just for fun. We did the business part here, the important stuff, the crafting, but we want to hang out for a little bit. Some of the time we do things that challenge our brains a little bit. This is kind of pop culture, so it might not be so brain challenging, but we'll have some fun. We'll go over these questions, see how many we get right. And then you need to help me in the chat. I'll post the question here. It should come up on your screen. You'll see it. And then we'll check and see if we get these right. I do have a cheat sheet here with the answers, but I'm not going to look at them because I'm counting on you guys to get the answers for me. And again, this has a big range of time, and it has movies, pop culture, it says, and music. So a kind of mixture of questions. There's kind of something for everybody. So let me find that, and we will do that next. And here we go. Well, will that work? I think it will. Let's see if I can get it right. Okay, yeah, I think it's going to work. Let me go ahead and enlarge this screen over here a little bit. I'm kind of doing this backwards, what I normally do, but I think this will help me see the chat a little bit better. All right, I'm going to switch cameras again. Hang on. Hopefully the switcher is still working. And here we go. All right, let me scoot up to the first question. Our first question today, and this is just for fun to see how smart you guys are or how many I would get wrong on my own. Question number 1. Which king of rock and roll received his first gold record on February 11th? Remember, a lot of these questions are February related. 1956. Who received their first gold record? Was it Chuck Berry, Elvis Presley, Buddy Holly, or Little Richard? Let me know what you guys say on that one. I'm saying it's king of rock and roll has got to be Elvis Presley, right? B, Elvis. Does anybody else have another vote besides B? Jump in the chat, all right? Elvis Presley. Yeah, that's got to be that one. Let's see. Yep, definitely right. All right, now we're coming closer to current times. Number 2. In February of 2024, which artist made history by winning their 4th Album of the Year Grammy? Was it Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Adele, or Harry Styles? Their 4th Album of the Year in 2024. Now, I know the Elvis one, but I don't know this one. Does anybody know this one? Does anybody know number 2? 4th Grammy, Swift, Taylor. I would guess you guys are probably right. Okay, I'm going to look at my cheat sheet. It is Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. If you said Taylor Swift, you're right. So we've got 2. Question number 3. These are all music related. I tried to mix them up. The Beatles made their iconic first appearance on the Ed Sullivan Show in February of what year? What year did the Beatles show up on the Ed Sullivan Show? This was before my time. So you guys are going to have to help me out. Before my time. I was born in 1968. Born in 1968. What year do you guys say the Beatles came on? Ooh, we're getting some different guesses. We got 64s. We got a 62. A 60. This is going to be tough. All right. We're going to go with 64 because I see mostly 64. We're getting all the years guess. So our official guess is 1964, which is correct. Oh, where's my applause button? I do have an applause button. So if you said 1964, and that's the one we went with, where's my applause button? Great job. All right, back to our questions. We're 3 for 3. 3 for 3. Question number 4, which 1990s sitcom aired its series finale in February of 2004, drawing over 50 million viewers? The last episode of this show, was it Seinfeld, Frasier, Friends, or Cheers? I know it wasn't Cheers because Cheers was much earlier. In 2004, which one of these shows ended? Was it Seinfeld, Frasier, or Friends? You guys let me know in the chat. Okay, let me know in the chat. So we are getting Friends as a guest. Seinfeld. Yeah, which one? Friends guess C. Friends. I think Friends are getting the most votes. All right, let's check. And the correct answer is Friends. Yes. So we went with Friends. We are all right. 4 for 4. Number 5. Released in February of 1991, which thriller is one of the few horror-leaning films to win the Big 5 Academy Awards? Silence of the Lambs, Misery, The Sixth Sense, or Scream? This is in 1991. Wow, I can't even, that was 25, 9, 20, we're in 26, 35 years ago. Which one of these horror movies, creepy ones, was the big winner in 1991? Silence of the Lambs, Misery, Sixth Sense, or Scream? We're getting votes of Scream. We're getting votes for Silence of the Lamb. I think we have more A's. Let's see. Our answer is correct. If you said Silence of the Lamb, correct. 5 for 5. Number 6, which artist performed the 2023 Super Bowl halftime show while she was pregnant? Okay. Was it Katy Perry, Rihanna, Lady Gaga, or Shakira? In 2023, the halftime Super Bowl show, and she was pregnant. Who knows this one? Rihanna. Everybody saying Rihanna. That is correct. Bing, 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 bing. Do I have any other good sound effects? We don't want to do the gong. No. You got to do short applause. Question 7. In February 2022, which Euphoria star hosted Saturday Night Live for the first time? Euphoria. What is Euphoria? Was it Zendaya, Sydney Sweeney, Jacob Elordi, or Hunter Schafer? Saturday Night Live in February of 2022. Which one of these stars from Euphoria, I don't know that part, hosted Saturday Night Live? Do any of you stay up that late to watch Saturday Night Live? Maybe you did. That was COVID times, right? Maybe you didn't have anything else to do. We have a Zendaya has a question mark. Anybody else? This is going to be all on Janet. Everybody's all no idea. Brenda says Sweeney. Karen says no idea. I don't know. We're not feeling too confident on this one. So we're going to go with the first answer from Janet, which was Zendaya. Let's see. Bumper, bumper, bumper. Bump, 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 bump. It was Sydney Sweeney. Brenda was right. The rest of us were wrong. So close. 6 out of 7. Number 8, the day the music died. The plane crashed, killing Buddy Holly, Richie Valens, and the Big Bopper occurred in February of what year? The day the music died. Does anybody know that one? I don't know the year, but I know this story. I saw the Buddy Holly movie. What year did these three musicians die? 59 is our guess. Everybody's going 59, 59. All right, let's check it out. 59 is correct. If you said 1959, correct. You are right. So far, again, we've only missed one. 59 was right. Question number 9. Which Marvel film released in February of 2018 became the first superhero movie nominated for Best Picture? Was it The Avengers, Black Panther, Spider-Man No Way Home, or Iron Man? Who knows their Marvel movie films? I don't know it. I don't know this. It's not that long ago, and I do watch some of these comic movies, but I don't know this one. Avengers, Black Panther, Spider-Man, Iron Man. We've got an Iron Man and a Spider-Man vote. All right, we're going to go. She got the last one right. So we're going to go with Brenda. She says Iron Man. Let's see. Brenda got that one wrong. It was Black Panther. Black Panther. We missed it. Darn it. Brenda, I thought for sure you'd get that one. Number 10, Prince's legendary rain-soaked Super Bowl halftime performance took place in February of which year? So Prince, he's in Minneapolis, but what was the year? It was raining too while he was playing his music. Does anybody know the year? I'm guessing 2005, but I don't know. I don't know the year. I remember the event, but does anybody know the year that Prince did the Super Bowl halftime and it was raining? Personally, I'm going 2005, but does anybody else have a vote? Mary's saying 2005 also. I'm guessing 2005. Oh, now we got some 2007 votes. Nobody's Googling this, right? 2007. All right, you guys outvoted me, so we're going 2007. Let's see. 2007 is right. So I would have been wrong. Good job, you guys. We're halfway through. Number 11. The world lost which legendary voice of pop and R&B on February 11th of 2012? Amy Winehouse, Etta James, Whitney Houston, or Donna Summer? 14 years ago. Which one of these ladies passed away 14 years ago? I don't know. I could guess any of them and I wouldn't know. I know all these people, but I don't know which one. February of 2012 passed away. Whitney Houston, says Paula. Anybody else? Whitney. Okay, we're going with Whitney, and that is correct. You guys are right. Correct. It was Whitney Houston. Got that one right. Number 12, in February 2025, which movie is scheduled to dominate the Valentine's Day box office? That's last year. Last year. Was it Captain America, Brave New World, Superman, Avatar 3, or the Batman 2? February of last year, which one of these movies was the hot one? Captain America, Brave New World, Superman, Avatar, or Batman? I don't know. It was only been a year, and I don't know. Tell me if you know. We've got 2 wrong out of 11. We're on a good run. Which movie is scheduled to was scheduled? Captain America, says Brenda. Anybody else? Avatar, says Mary. A, says Barbara, which is Captain America. Oh, I need to get rid of this thing. Hang on one second. Let me get rid of this. Oh, we don't need to see that anymore. So everybody, it seems like saying Captain America. Let's go ahead and check that out. Ooh, where do I get rid of that? The correct answer is Captain America. Yes, you guys are right. Number 13, now we're talking my times. Which classic TV show starring Andy Griffith aired its final episode in February of 1968? I know this one. I'm going to say Andy Griffith Show. If you agree with me, add in the chat. If not, you're going to get this one wrong. Andy Griffith Show. That is correct. Andy Griffith. I got one. Number 14. Which 1980s music video featuring a zombie dance sequence was still topping charts in February of 1984? Was it Beat It, Thriller, Like a Virgin, or Purple Rain? So they had zombies in the video. You guys remember 1984? That would be Thriller. I'm going to guess that one. Thriller, is that right? Yes. On to number 15. 15. If you said Thriller, good. All the other ones are wrong. In February of 2020, which non-English language film, oh no, made history by winning the Oscar for Best Picture in 2020? Was it Roma, Parasite, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, or The Artist? Does anybody know the Best Picture from 2020? Roma, Parasite, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, The Artist. Parasite, says Diane. Anybody else backing that up? Because I don't know. Number 15. I don't know. Parasite. The Artist, says Brenda. Oh, we have one other vote. Anybody else? B, D, Boo, Artist. We kind of have a split. These are all over the place. All right, I'm going to check for the answer. The correct answer is Parasite. If you said Parasite, you're right. And that is the one we went with because that was the first vote. Which iconic animated duo debuted on TV in February of 1960? Was it the Flintstones? It's a duo. The Flintstones, Rocky and Bullwinkle, Tom and Jerry, or the Jetsons? 1960. Do any of you remember back to 1960? Seems like all of these shows have been on forever. So Janet says it's the Flintstones. Anybody else remember with Janet back in 1960s? Tom, says Diane. Flintstones, it still says Janet. Barbara says the Flintstones. Okay, we're going Flintstones. If you said the Flintstones, what was the correct answer? It was not the Flintstones. We got that one wrong, you guys. Definitely got to get a gong. Rocky and Bullwinkle. Wow. Number 17, we got a few to go. Which pop star famously left One Direction in the months following their February 2015 tour dates? They left One Direction. Was it Harry Styles, Zayn Malik, Niall Horan, or Liam Payne? Which one of these guys left the band One Direction in 2015? Who was the quitter? Who was the quitter? Who was the quitter? Liam? This is Diane's guess. We need to know the quitter. The quitter. Liam. Diane's the only one guessing. So we're going to go with Liam. We're going to go with that one. The correct answer was Zayn. Zayn. 3 to go. Number 18, Who Shot JR? The mystery on the show Dallas, I remember this, concluded its highest rating season in February of which year? Dallas, Who Shot JR? Was it 78, 80, 81, or 84? What year was JR shot? I'm guessing 80. What do you guys guess? What year? What year? Who shot JR? What year? 84, says Diane. Wow, really? I'm guessing 80. I could be wrong. Peggy says 80. Anybody else? 80, says Brenda. Barbara says 84. I didn't think Dallas was on that late. Let's see. The correct answer is, we were all wrong. 81. 1981. We were doing so good until these last 3. 2 to go. In February 2026, which city is scheduled to host the Winter Olympics? That's right now. Is it Beijing, Milan, Salt Lake City, or Sapporo? I think it's Milan. B. I'm guessing B. Does anybody else back me up? This is my guess. I am taking responsibility. The correct answer is Milan. Yes. And I don't know that other part. So yes, we got that one. Last one. Which iconic teen drama set in 90210 featured a famous Valentine's Day dance episode in 1991? Was it Saved by the Bell? Was it Beverly Hills 90210? Was it Dawson's Creek, Melrose Place? I'm guessing it's B because set in 90210 and it says Beverly Hills 90210. This is a quiz created by ChatGPT. So could ChatGPT be that dumb to put the answer in there? Does anybody remember a famous Valentine's Day dance episode in 1991? Diane says 90210. That's what I'm voting too, just because it's set in 90210. If this is the right answer, this is lame. So we're going with B. And that is the answer. All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wrong out of 20. 5 wrong out of 20. Which does anybody know what 5 out of 20 wrong would be? A 75%. 75%. Woo! So we are right in that C range, How about that? All right. I hope that was fun. I guess I don't probably know as much as I thought I knew. So here we go. I'm going to get my Bible out. This is our good news segment. We are in John chapter 4. Now, if you're reading the story, Jesus encounters this woman. She's called the Samaritan woman. And people in Samaria were kind of outcasts. And this lady especially, Jesus encounters her. He comes up to this well. It's during the middle of the day, and she's there by herself. And when you find out, you hear about her background and these kind of things, you'll kind of see she was kind of shuttered by the rest of the town. Maybe she didn't have any friends. But Jesus begins. Look, my machine is keeping my chair from moving. So Jesus begins to speak with this woman. And this was uncommon in this day for like a rabbi, a teacher, like Jesus speaking to a woman, and she's all alone. She should not be at the well during the middle of the day. Mostly they would come early in the day to get the water for the day when it was cooler. But here she is. And so Jesus begins to talk with her, and he converses with her, and he starts to share a lot of things that are kind of personal about her. And he knows some of her history. And so we find out the reasons why she was kind of an outcast. We find out she was married already several times. And so she's also living with a guy now not being married. And Jesus doesn't really condemn her for these things, but he's trying to point out that he knows some things about her. So they have this conversation, and Jesus is trying to kind of inspire her to seek him and to seek God. And you know, she's lived a difficult life, and she's in a difficult position now. She probably doesn't have friends. You wouldn't think that a woman who has been married several times and she's with another guy, she probably doesn't have very many lady friends, and that's why we find her here all alone. But Jesus is speaking with her. They're having this conversation, and then so after Jesus kind of gives out some of this information that he knows a little bit about her, well, she kind of gets a little bit confrontational, but Jesus says, I have this living water for you, and what I could give you would really satisfy you. But she kind of gets argumentative, and she starts to get religious. She starts to say, see, again, she's in Samaria, and Jesus is Jewish, and she says, you know what, our people from our land say we're supposed to worship on this hill here in Samaria. And Jesus said, no, we should worship in Jerusalem. But she starts to become kind of religious, you know, the outward things. But Jesus wants to connect with her spiritually. And so then we get to this verse where they're conversing, and Jesus says to her, and I will grab the verse for us to read together. That gives you a little bit of background. I hope that makes sense, because it's kind of a lot in a little bit. But he has this encounter. It's just Jesus and this woman. They call her the woman at the well, and she's from Samaria, again, kind of an outcast. But we have this verse where Jesus is, again, he's trying to grab her attention and moving her away from being religious and connecting with God spiritually. So here we have this great verse. This is our verse for the day. But the hour is coming, and now is, when the true worshipers will worship the Father in spirit and truth. For the Father is seeking such to worship him. So she had come with this, hey, where should we worship God? And her thinking was the outward, the ceremony, the ritual side. But Jesus is saying, no, God wants to connect with you spiritually through the Spirit and through truth. And so what was Jesus saying? So by the Spirit, he means we need to be sincere. If we want to worship God and really get connected to him, we need to worship God in spirit. And so that means authentic. We really need to be connected. We need to be sincere about it. And that is only a question that you can ask yourself. There's no way I can know where you stand in this, or I can only know where I stand in this, but we need to ask ourselves the question, do we really worship God in spirit? Are we really connected to him authentically in a real deep way? Because one, we love him. Two, we know how good he is. Three, like we just want to praise and worship him. Are we really connecting with God on this deeper level? We don't want to be on, so this gal who Jesus was talking about, she started talking about the outside things. Well, can we only worship God in this place or in this place? Or should we wear these kind of clothes when we worship God? Or should we go through these certain rituals or do these certain things? Or should we pray this prayer that we just repeat over and over and over, but we're really not connecting with God? Now, Jesus says we can leave all those things, those formality things behind. Now, all those things could be good in their own places, but when they are just being done as like we're just by rote, we're just going through the motions, we're not really connecting with God, well, that becomes a problem. Jesus says God is seeking those who really sincerely want to worship him. So again, that's not a question I could ask you. You would only know yourself if you're being authentic with God. And I can only know myself whether I'm being authentic with God. But that is what God wants from us. So I know we've talked about this before, but it's really key that we don't just put on some kind of show. It's so important that we have that connection with God. Not only does it impact our lives here while we're on earth, but it impacts our eternal destination. You know, if we really are connected with God through the Spirit here on earth, we have that authentic connection with him. He's going to work in our lives, and we're going to end up being with him for all of eternity. If we're just fooling ourselves and it's not real, we're going to end up being separated from God, not only here, but for all of eternity. And that's a dangerous place. We don't want to be in that place. Then the second part, he says truth. And whenever I think of truth, I think of God's word. And so it's really important that we know God's word. So to really know it and to understand to the best of our ability, that means we spend time thinking about it. Maybe we memorize verses. We take notes. We write down things about it. Maybe that we feel like as we're reading our Bibles that God is speaking to us. But then, so we have knowledge and we feel like we gain some instruction from God's word, direction, the truth. But then the real key, the last part, is taking that truth and applying it to our lives. That is evident that we are seeking God in truth. When we take his word and we apply it to our lives, we do the things that Jesus told us to do. He said to love our neighbor as ourselves. Do we do that? Do we love God? Do we honor him? Are we generous, giving people? The 10 commandments, do we try to keep those? Not in perfection, but are we striving to tell the truth? Are we not coveting other people's stuff? Of course, we're not hating or murdering people or these kind of things. So is there evidence in our lives that what I have learned, I am now applying to my life? Same thing for you. Look at your life. Are you doing the things that God wants you to do? Are we changing? Are we becoming more and more like Jesus? Yeah, we read this verse today at church today with our men's study, and it was kind of at the beginning of Jesus' ministry, and some of the people are just starting to follow him. And one of the things he just said was, follow me. He made it so simple. And God is amazing and vast and incredible. But if we just follow Jesus, we are going to learn more about the Father. We're going to be more filled with the Spirit, and our spirits are going to connect with God through, like we talked about here, spirit and truth. So I want you to think about that today. Be authentic, be real, be seeking God in spirit and in truth. And it says the Father will be looking for you. He's looking for those kind of people. So be one of those people today that God is seeking to bless you and draw you closer to him. And I hope you find that helpful. Again, the key, I would say, of what we are talking about today is let's always be real with God. All right. We don't want to put on a show or fronts or any of that other kind of stuff. Let's be real with God. That is the key. Spirit and truth is connected to being real with God, honest with God, and knowing that we are authentically worshiping him. Our relationship with him is authentic. Real, real, real. I can't say it enough times. All right, that is it for today. Thank you so much. We went a little bit long. I think our game took longer than I expected. Thanks for helping me out with that. Don't forget that later this week we have a crafting corner, and then Super Sunday, new items on the website on Friday. Have a wonderful day. It's pretty quiet on the chat. I think we lost Facebook. So if Facebook's gone, this will get recorded and it should show up there. I don't know why Facebook quit, but thanks for joining me. God bless all of you. Have a wonderful day and enjoy, whether you're in the cold or you're someplace nice and warm. Enjoy the blessings. Maybe you can go. Well, I would say it's probably best to spend some time with the Lord, reading your Bible. But that being said, read your Bible for a little bit, pray for a little bit, and then go binge watch something, right? If you have the time. All right. Thanks again for joining me for Take Two Tuesday. I'll see you probably next week. We'll probably be back, but this Thursday night or Sunday too. Take care now. Bye-bye.